All right, turning now to Capitol Hill, where the dust is settling after a contentious congressional hearing today with FBI Director Christopher Wray. The director faced off against some of his harshest Republican critics in the House Judiciary Committee. They are accusing Wray of using the FBI as a political weapon to target conservatives. Today, Republicans grilled him over a range of issues, including the FBI's response to January 6th and investigations into Donald Trump and the Biden family. But Democrats on the committee say it's all political theater and part of an attempt to protect Trump. And it's worth noting, former President Trump appointed Wray to lead the agency in 2017, and Wray is a registered Republican. NewsNation's Joe Khalil was closely following the hearing and joins us live from Capitol Hill. Joe, there's some real fiery moments today.
Yeah, there were, Elizabeth. Certainly, Christopher Wray took some heat from both sides of the aisle, but it was mostly a Republican show today, really criticizing the FBI for being weaponized against conservatives. Now, Democrats had their own issues with the FBI, but they largely defended the agency against attacks of bias.
Sounds like a shakedown, doesn't it, Director?
I'm not going to get into commenting on that.
You seem deeply uncurious about it, don't you? Almost suspiciously uncurious. Are you protecting the Bidens?
Absolutely not.
FBI Director Christopher Wray facing accusations from Republicans on the House Judiciary Committee that the FBI has been weaponized against conservatives and has acted with bias against the likes of former President Trump. Chairman Jim Jordan at one point likening the FBI's work with social media companies to communist China.
Every week you were meeting with big tech companies saying, hey, look at this. This violates your policy. Take this speech of Americans down. You were doing the same darn thing you just described the Chinese about.
Republicans also accused the FBI of unfairly targeting Donald Trump's 2016 campaign, overly aggressively investigating him for now having classified documents, going easy on investigating Hunter Biden, censoring conservative speech, and targeting conservative families and parents at school board meetings.
The seemingly unrelenting pressure by the FBI and the other defendants had the intended result of suppressing millions of protected free speech postings by American citizens.
But for his part, Director Wray pushed back, saying the FBI is not a political actor, rather an organization with dedicated people that do good, honest law enforcement every day.
The men and women of the FBI work tirelessly every day to protect the American people from what is really a staggering array of threats.
Democrat Eric Swalwell tells NewsNation Republican claims that the FBI has been weaponized are simply wrong.
They should make changes, to aspire to be perfect, but they're never going to be perfect. But there's no, material issue with law enforcement in America as far as a political bias.
He and other Democrats on the committee say the entire hearing was a political move to benefit former President Trump. Some making the case the FBI's investigation into Trump's classified documents case was not biased, it was warranted.
A ballroom, a bathroom, a bedroom, are those appropriate places to store classified, confidential information?
Those need to be stored in a SCIF, a secure compartmentalized information facility. And in my experience, ballrooms, bathrooms, and bedrooms are not SCIFs.
Elizabeth, the White House weighing in now, saying that Republicans are simply trying to score political points off the backs of law enforcement. Democrats, by the way, today quick to point out that many of the people who Republicans have issue with at the FBI, those that prosecuted Hunter Biden and others, many of them appointed themselves by former President Trump.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.